All right, another episode of Conversate After Dark. Tay, what's up with you?
Everything's great with me. What's going on with you?
It's all good. It's all good. Tell people they can find us.
You can find us at Conversate After Dark everywhere. And if you would like to be a guest on the show or you have a topic you want us to cover, you can reach us at CVAD, the podcast at gmail.com.
That's right. Go to our website, www.conversateafterdark.com, and check out our past episodes. So, Tay, let's do the icebreaker.
Okay. Have you ever performed or has someone else performed oral on you while you were driving? Or have you done it? Well, it's kind of hard for a guy. Guess it would be hard for a guy to do that while the woman is
Yeah.
driving.
Um, Trying to think. No, I have not oral, but I've got a hand job while driving. I've had that a couple times. And it's dangerous. So, when people be talking about how they getting head while driving, and I've even had some people say, "Oh, we had sex while driving." I'm like, "Come on, dog." They was like, "No, we actually did it," and I was like, "I mean, I like sex, but I don't like it that much to risk my life." And I there was one time when it was actually like, because one time she was just playing around, but it was another situation. And it was kind of crazy because her friend was in the back seat and we were traveling we had like an hour and a half drive and it was late. So it was dark. So her friend really couldn't see. And it was good, but I had to like remind myself, like, boy, keep your eyes on the road and concentrate. You know what I'm saying? You can't get into this because you driving 80 miles an hour and it's wild. So I don't even know if I would let somebody especially not at this age. When I was younger, full of testosterone and dumb, I probably let somebody, top me off while driving. But at this age, nah, I don't need to take that risk. Let's just pull over into a parking lot and and make it happen. Because that could be sexy too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
just random
sure.
over, just pull over in the parking lot. But to answer your question, no, I've never received oral while driving
Okay.
or given.
I have given
Something told me that was going to be your ass.
in my 20s, young and dumb. Because actually later on that day, I thought about it. I was like, that was really dangerous. We shouldn't have been doing that.
So, was y'all on the highway or y'all on city streets?
No, we were on the highway because we were going to visit his family, which was in another state. So we were traveling.
Yeesh. I mean, but I guess it keeps it lively, I mean, keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
Now, nah, I'm good. That's probably why your insurance is always real high when you're young, because they know you do stupid shit.
True. What was funny was after it was all over, he said there was this truck, an 18 wheeler that was driving past, and he noticed it kind of
Really?
slowed down a little bit. Yeah.
Dang. I mean, but if you're an exhibitionist, that probably don't really matter. I mean, and even if you're not an exhibitionist, like you really can't, like what they gonna do? You know what I mean?
True, true.
Yeah. Are you more of an exhibitionist or a voyeur? I know we probably talked about this, but I just thought about that because it this kind of came up in something I saw on social media.
Yeah, I'm actually not an exhibitionist, which is funny because I do kind of like being in situations where I may get caught, but like if people are just like have focused attention on me, I don't like that. So, but I do get turned on by watching. So I am a voyeur.
I, you know, I think I'm probably more of an exhibitionist than a voyeur. Um, and I say that because I've seen people have sex in front of me often, just being lifestyle adjacent or whatever. And it never really does much for me. I mean, it's interesting to see, but I'm not getting turned on by it though. I mean, like a lot of times, like I've been in situations like, you know, I've been at one of those parties and it's crazy stuff going on. And I'd be like, man, I'm ready. Let me go find somewhere where I can take me a nap. I'm good. Y'all have fun. I'll see y'all later.
I don't know what it is. I've always enjoyed watching other people. I don't know what it is.
So does that so when did you first realize that that was something that you liked? Does that come from watching porn, or is that just because like, hey, somebody introduced you to the lifestyle and you figured out, oh, I really like this?
I do believe it probably started off with porn because that was my first, first exposure to sex was was porn. So it probably was that. The first time I actually saw it in in front of me, I was more so I was more so turned on by what I was hearing because this is weird. The We did a couple exchange. And so the girl, the female of the couple,
So that's
she
like, so y'all was swinging basically.
uh we weren't this is a relation. We weren't in the lifestyle, but this is a kind of I guess the relationship that kind of introduced me to it. So we were kind of flirting around with it.
Okay.
And the woman in the relationship, she was half Hispanic. So
Okay.
she started
Right, that iPod P shit and all that.
Yeah, she started going in. And I was like, "Oh, okay."
That ain't clearly that ain't rub you the wrong way. You didn't get jealous?
Well, I feel like I've told this story before. Um, I did get jealous before everything started, but then once it started, it's like the jealousy went away, and I was just turned on.
So
Which probably, if I was talking to someone more experienced than me, they probably would have told me to end it, when I was, because the situation wasn't something where it was like, like we were definitely going to do this tonight. It was like a filling out situation that kind of we just went with the flow.
uh-huh.
But I would tell my younger self, you're not comfortable. Maybe you shouldn't go through with this.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad I did.
So I got questions. Can I ask you some questions about it?
Okay.
Okay. Um, so while you're in the moment, I'm assuming that her guy's with you, right?
Hmm.
So were you not enjoying him because you were focused on what was going on the other side of the room, or were you just like taking all of it in?
I
Because
was
I
taking
because
all of
listen,
it.
because like hold on, wait, hold on.
Okay.
Because I always tease Tay outside of the show. Tay is a very quiet person. Okay, she's a quiet person. And one of the running inside jokes that I have where I tease Tay a lot and get on her nerves. I always call her an ear hustler because she could we'll be around friends and take out her little phone, play her little phone on her game, but I'd be like, Tay go over there ear hustling. And the reason why I say that is because I be ear hustling, but I'm terrible at ear hustling. Like when I be ear hustling, I literally got my ear cocked and shit. so so I'll be teasing Tay like, there you go, ear hustling. So you said in the past, like I can hear everything going on and know what's going on in each conversation. So is this one of those situations where you were able to focus on what was happening to you and what was going on across the room? How did that go down?
Yeah, I was taking it all in, and everything was adding to what I was feeling and what was happening. And so I'm sure it made it a better situation for her guy because
Yeah.
matter of fact, I know it did.
Yeah. I've never, not with people I know. I've been in situations like that where, I was by somebody and it was almost like we were competing, but we didn't know each other, right? And you're competing, but everybody's winning because, the women are winning, we're winning. So it was a good situation. But I've never been where it's just like, hey, why don't y'all come by for drinks? And, who initiates that? Is the guys or the girls?
In that situation, I believe I initiated it, funny enough, because I was so inexperienced. But again, this is where I say if a guy makes a woman feel comfortable and she feel like she can trust you, you never know what you can get out of her because that relationship that he was the first guy who made me feel comfortable, not even necessarily doing my fantasies, but talking about them. Like guys before him, I didn't even feel comfortable I would talk about something because I've never been ashamed to talk about sex,
Hmm.
period, as a whole. But getting deep down into like my deepest fantasies.
Wait. As a whole, not as a whole.
Right. I feel like I said that.
The first I said whole, that was like, no, she ain't saying that. I know she
No, sex as a
ain't.
whole.
Okay.
I've never been ashamed to talk about it, but um there was a time where I would not go into in depth into like my fantasies and things I wanted, things like that. But this guy was the first guy who made me feel comfortable and like encouraged me to share with him and stuff. So we had talked about different things. I had actually had my first threesome with him. That was before this situation. So with this situation, I did initiate it.
Okay. Yeah, as I've gotten older, that's terrible grammar. As I've become older, I have become less, and I know I've talked about this on the show, less insecure about, sex and, talking with my partners. And I mean, I ask questions, and like tell me about, but it's not really where I'm getting off on it. It's more so, let me see where your boundaries are, what you're, what you've done, what you're willing to do with me if I, earn that, that sense of comfort with you. Um, and it's just kind of open dialogue and discussion. I mean, damn near 50. So to have the mindset that any woman that you've been with hasn't really had experiences before you, that'll be different than what you have had, or she may have done some shit where you like, God damn, you're like, you did all that, and so to me, it's just about getting to know the person and making them feel comfortable with you because I've been that guy where, you know, if I see your boyfriend, your ex-boyfriend, across the way, I'm like, there go your boy. That type of shit. Like I've been that type of jealous, insecure dude, and I'm glad that I'm not that way anymore. I don't know if I could do the partner swap. I don't know if I'm there yet. I'm cool with like, hey, y'all go handle y'all business, right?
Mhm.
But like being right there, we gotta work on some stuff to get there.
I mean, if you never get there, that's perfectly fine. Everybody
Oh,
does get comfortable with them.
yeah. But you know me, I'm YOLO. So yeah, I'm very much YOLO. So I'm kind of like, damn, it is that something that you do with your gal though? That's the question. Like my girl, cause like I've had friends with benefits and there's different levels of friends with benefits because like I have certain friends with benefits back in the day where it was like, nah, I don't want to see you fucking nobody else, right? But then there's other friends with benefits back in the day. It was kind of like, let's do it, right? Because we just friends at the we ain't there's no serious like there's a connection because obviously we're having sex, but there's no deep hardcore feelings that I might get jealous and be like, ah, shit, I'm gonna kill everybody.
I completely understand that. I would not have felt comfortable trying something like that with somebody who I was not in a relationship with. Like I to go deep into like my fantasies and deep into things, experimenting, I have to fully trust somebody. And I've never had full complete trust with somebody I was not in a relationship.
Here you are sharing it on the podcast.
I'm not doing it on the podcast though. It's a difference. I can talk about my past. I very rarely talk about stuff I'm actually going through though.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, yeah, I used to be that jealous type of dude. Like, were you ever like you don't seem like a jealous person at all, but have you ever had, I mean, other than the situation you talked about, oh girl and oh boy having that connection. But have you ever really had like bouts of jealousy, like were you really feeling some type of way about a person?
There were very few times, and I always say every time I felt jealousy, later on down the line, it was my instinct saying something here ain't right. Something in the milk ain't clean. And yeah, I was usually right.
But that probably wasn't jealousy though. I mean,
Jealousy is an
I wouldn't
emotion.
classify that as jealousy. I would classify that as your intuition telling you like something ain't fucking right.
Your intuition can tell you things, but your emotion is what you're feeling.
Okay.
My feeling was I'm jealous. I don't like this.
See, I've been jealous just because like I don't like that motherfucker because at one point y'all was together and blah 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 blah. Some real sucker shit. I can admit it. I can admit it now. Um but there's times with my intuition, because I'm a Pisces. I don't know about you Capricorns, but as
Hmm.
Pisces, we know. We know. And now it may take us a minute to really like see it, but once you see, like, we'll see something, and then probably like 3 weeks later, it'll like play back because we often in La La world, fantasy world. That's how Pisces work, right? And you'll be like, wait a minute. She was acting as funny when that phone rang and she did X, Y, and Z. And so then you start like playing things back, and very rarely have I been wrong. Did you ever watch 50 Cents Get Rich or Die Trying?
No.
Okay, so there's a scene with it was Terrence Howard, it was 50 Cent, and there was a guy that was in the back seat. They're riding in the car. And the guy in the back seat was shady. And Terrence Howard kept calling him out because he was fidgeting. He was like, "Why are you fidgeting and shit?" And he was like, "Don't move no more." So then they get into this altercation on the side of the road. And 50 is talking to Terrence Howard's character, and he's like, "What are you tripping on?" And he was like, "I'm always right." And he said, "Even when I'm wrong, I'm still right because I could have been right." And 50 was like, that makes sense. And
Yeah.
that's some Pisces shit right there. It's like, nah, something's going on. I got to check this out.
Well, as a Capricorn, if you want to take it there, as a Capricorn, we're observers. As an introvert, I'm an observer. Being quiet has its privileges because I'm an observer. And as a Capricorn, I overanalyze everything. I overthink everything. I remember things going back to when I was 3 years old. So if you tell me something, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna remember it. Especially if it's like there's an action or a moment or something that puts that in my brain. Even if I forget, if somebody brings that moment back up, I'll remember like little small details about the whole situation. I can remember like conversation details. Most people remember incidences. But
Okay,
sometimes,
see, I would have said incident, so I would have let you go ahead.
right? But there are times when I can remember like specific details about conversations I've had with people. So yeah, and I will file those back in my head like I'm a detective. I hold on to stuff all the time. And when it's time, I'll bring them out and I say this, which is probably not right. But I also believe if you tell people some of your suspicions, I feel like that makes them better liars, which is another reason why I don't like to tell people if I'm suspecting something.
So you're an overthinker too.
I've always said it. I don't deny it.
Yeah, okay.
No, because it's true. If you've ever been around somebody who lies and you tell them you know they're lying, then the next time they'll just hide their tracks better. Makes them a better liar. So,
But most people, you know, what is it, magicians? Most magicians have a tail.
hmm
Most liars have a tail. Like,
hmm
one of my exes, I knew when she was like lying because she would rage out. Like most of the time, if somebody's accusing you of something and you don't, you're like, get the fuck out of here. Like that don't even make sense, right? You may be frustrated, but raised like when she raged out, I was like, yeah, she lying. Yeah, she lying. So most people they gotta tell. And the reason why I say that is they can't help it. It's just what they do. It's their defense mechanism. Unless you're dealing with some sociopath that but most motherfuckers ain't that smart. At least I don't think so. So
I mean,
you get jealous of the. 'Cause I saw something on social media where this dude invited his work wife to his wedding, and she showed up and showed out, professing her love and all this old shit. Like, have you ever like? Would you be cool with your dude? I'm asking you this, but take away the lifestyle shit, right? Would you be cool? Like, say you set the terms like we monogamous. Would you be cool with him having a work wife?
um, on the surface, I'm, I don't know, because that whole work wife, work husband thing, I don't like it. I don't even that with the freedom I give people, I don't like the title because if I'm your wife, I'm your only wife. I
That's
don't care about work or whatever. I'm the only one. So yeah, and I've my former career, I was in a male dominated, industry. I had plenty of opportunities to have work husbands, but
yeah.
no, I don't. No, not
Yeah.
gonna do that.
It's like when my mom was alive, uh, she didn't play that calling somebody else mom. It's like, no, I'm your mother. You got one mother and it's me. And I never forget that. And I think, even dealing like in the consensual non-monogamy world, I still think that there's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, indifferent, there's a hierarchy. And I feel like those work husbands, a lot of times there's them dudes that's waiting for that weak moment. They like, oh, I just got written up in work. Okay, well, let me take you to lunch. And it's all that shit. They playing the long game. Now, the work wise, I mean,
No, sometimes it's the same thing. Just like that
I
video
agree. I
yeah,
agree.
that video you're talking about, I saw that too. That's the woman who was waiting her turn and then got mad because her turn never came around because now he's getting married.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just never that work wife, work husband shit. Like I got homegirls at work. We cool, but just that phrase, like you said, I don't like that title, especially if you're married
Hmm.
or in a seriously committed relationship. Because it's like, okay, what do we non-monogamy, we just do everything but have sex, I mean, who came up with that term? There had to be some non-melanated folks that came up with that shit.
Probably.
Yeah, because like, I mean, there's certain limits to like I said, I'm not a jealous person anymore. That's a lie. I will get jealous, but the way I handle it is a lot different. So
Yeah.
I may make some snide remarks or whatever because I remember when I first got into, I don't want to say the lifestyle because I wasn't really like out there. I've done some out there shit, but I wasn't just out there like living it day to day. But when I first got in, my first like encounter with, oh shit, this is real. I got hot, livid, extremely jealous. And I talked to some people and they were like, hey, listen, it ain't really, yeah, you're gonna get jealous, but how do you handle it? How do you
Hmm.
process it? So I process it much more differently now, but than back then, because back then I was like, man, fuck this. I'm going back to monogamy. You going back to monogamy and I'm going back to cheating.
Oh Lord.
Truth. But yeah. But like shit, but there's limits.
Hmm.
There's limits. Like I said, like you can do what you do. I don't necessarily want to see it. And you can't embarrass me either.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Like I saw, Chris Brown and Usher, they on tour. And these two Negroes is notorious for doing shit with chicks with dudes, ladies, right? Because you remember Chris was doing that when he was taking pictures with fans and shit, and they was like he give them the like, what kind of pose you want to do? And
Hmm.
dude was just like, man, if my chick take a picture with Chris Brown, it's over. Well, they had the one, you may have seen it. Called a chick on the stage, and basically they was dry fucking.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it was crazy. It was like crazy. And the clip that I saw, it seemed like it was kind of staged because the guy was like, people think that this is not random and that we that it was planned for you to come on stage. And she was like, nah, it wasn't planned. I was just out here. And I was thinking like, yeah, right. Because that shit could go like real left.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
With
I feel
what?
like I feel like everybody's in on it.
Yeah, I feel like that too. I do think there are women who may feel like this is Chris Brown, Usher. I'm never gonna have this opportunity again. I'm gonna do whatever. But I don't know, something about that woman made me think it was planned.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. And I've been in relationships where like we had an agreement. Hey, if this celebrity right here asks me to go hang out backstage, I'm going, right? And it's one of those deals where it's like, okay, I'll see you later. Make sure he sends you home in an Uber or or whatever. I remember my ex was like a big time fan of Tank. And because of that, I've seen Tank in concert at least 7 times.
Hmm.
Which there's worse things because Tank is a good performer. He can sing, right? And I like his music. Well, in this one particular scenario, I was trying to surprise her, so I paid for the meet and greet tickets. And Tank can kind of Tank like a badass kid. Like he kind of like I don't want to say annoying, but you get what I'm trying to say. He can kind
Yeah.
of push people's nerves or whatever. So we get to the meet and greet. We backstage or whatever. It's at the House of Blues in Dallas,
Okay.
and she's taking her picture. So she lines up. She gives me her phone. She takes a selfie with him and all that. Well, I'm like, well, shit, I paid for the meet and greet too. I'm about to get a picture with Tank too. So I tell her like, hey, come get in the picture with me and Tank. I'm gonna have somebody take our picture. And Tank is like, no, let her take a picture with me and you. We're gonna get our bromance on. And I'm like, that's some shit Tanks. I'm like, come on, dog. Now he was joking, right? I'm not
Right,
trying to say
right.
Tank. People try to talk about his sexuality. I'm not hinting at that at all. He was just, being Tank.
Yeah.
So the funny part of the story was his bodyguard was standing behind her, and when we left, she said, "You know what his bodyguard said?" I said, "What?" He's like, he gonna beat you when you get home, right?" But I wasn't jealous like that. Cause first of all, I was like, this fucking Tank ain't no like regular smuggler dude. Like he ain't really checking for you like that. And then
Yeah.
when she posted the picture, people were like all sympathetic, like, oh, poor Marvin. Like, how could you do that to him? And she was like, girl, he took the fucking picture. What's the fuck's your problem?
Yeah. I don't, that type of stuff has never bothered me. I remember when, to show you how old this is, back when Janet was still like really, really touring and she had that one tour.
Now that shit was planned.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Ain't
know
no
that.
way Janet pulls somebody on stage to dry hump them and they not be like, look, we'll fuck you up if you trip out on the stage and shit. But go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. But that question of would you be okay with your significant other going on stage, has been around since then, probably long before then. But
Mhm.
I don't know. For some reason, I was like that. I would be like encouraging it, like go, do what you do, especially if I know this is somebody who's maybe your celebrity crush or something like that. Have
Right,
fun because I know.
right, right. Exactly. Now, I don't know about the whole because Chris was they were getting it in. Janet had the whole like, you tied down and you can't move and all this whole shit, right? So you
Mhm.
could tell it was part of a show.
Yeah.
Right. It was like, and she was in control. But that shit, that Chris and that girl, I was like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah, he was really borderline. If they didn't have clothes on, it would have been a
that's what I'm
X-rated
saying.
show. Yeah.
Like, I would even be cool with the whole Usher when Usher was giving the chicks the cherries and shit. Man, go
Hmm.
get that fucking cherry. You know what I'm saying? Have fun, whatever. But nah, player. No. Nah, I can't do that with you. Nah, you can't embarrass me like that. You can't embarrass. Because my thing is like that shit's guaranteed to hit social media. And I
Yeah.
don't care what nobody say. You could be as secure as possible. There's going to be something in you that's going to be like, now that was too much. At least for me. I don't
Yeah.
know. Some people may be like, oh damn, if it's cool for her to go, but I don't know about that, bro. So
Well,
who's your one celebrity? Like if they call you on the stage, you going, and if they be like, let's hang out afterwards, who would be just celebrity?
I don't know if anybody does that for me now. I know back in the day, any new audition pulled me up on stage, I'm going. I mean, I have my favorites, but if any of them pull me on stage,
Let me guess. Ronnie and Ralph. Those are your favorite.
no. Actually I used to think Ronnie was funny looking when we were kid when
Oh,
as
yeah.
a kid I thought he was funny looking. Mike was always my favorite.
Who?
Mike from when they were kids, he was so cute. I'm talking about again. I've been an audition fan from the beginning. So I'm talking about from when they were kids. And I mean, I still think he's attractive now. He's not as attractive as he was, but he's still attractive. But
I think Mike's pretty popular. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So Mike Bivens.
Back in the day, yeah, yeah.
Man, he like 5'4", 5'3".
I always say Michael Bivins and Lorenz Tate are the only short dudes that would have ever had a chance with me.
Uh, for me, I
I
would
already know who you're gonna say.
not. I know what you think, but no,
Okay.
no, 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 no. If we're talking about we gonna go on stage and then like when we leave and it's gonna pop off afterwards, I am probably gonna either go with Erica Badu or Fantasia.
Okay.
Now, obviously, I'm wearing the shirt, and everybody knows. Let me show that. Everybody knows that I am literally and figuratively the biggest Mary J. Blige fan that there is. But I feel like my personality wouldn't really mesh with Mary's like that. I think like we would be like better off like just chatting and on some homie, friend type shit. Like let me interview you for my podcast type of deal.
Hmm.
But in terms of like anything popping off romantic, whatever, I'll probably get on Mary's nerve like in the first 2 minutes. It's like I'm on some goofball shit most of the time, and Mary seems sweet, but she also seems like she ain't for it. Like I don't have a lot of patience for silly shit. I think Mary like really don't have a lot of patience for silly shit. And, I could be
Yeah.
so I wouldn't want my little poor feelings crushed. Like, damn, I've been supporting her all these years, and she called me a dumbass motherfucker. So
Yeah,
I'd
'cause she
rather.
doesn't. I was gonna say she doesn't seem to be one of those type of people who can like laugh at themselves, which makes me think she may not be like somebody who can just have fun and let her hair down and let loose.
And we don't know these celebrities. She may behind the
True.
scenes, maybe, but at least when she's being interviewed, and most people on like since the advent of podcasts, and it's not like on the sound stage where you're being interviewed. And most podcasts, like people become more relaxed. They don't forget their media training, but you get more insight on who they are.
Hmm.
Like, and I've watched a lot of interviews with Mary, and it's just like, yeah, I would say she's guarded.
Yeah, yeah.
She's very guarded. So you probably have to work through a lot of stuff to, really get to her like that. So Mike Bivens,
Oh, gosh. Yes. Especially when he was younger, he had a little chip tooth. He used to be so cute to me.
okay, all right. So before we wrap up the show, I got a would you or wouldn't you, okay? All right. So my homeboys, uh, right when I was fresh divorced, they called themselves trying to get my mind off of being lonely and all this old shit. So they introduced me to this young lady. They was like, "We're gonna have a house party. She gonna be there. We're gonna introduce y'all. You know, it's gonna be all good." So we at the house party, we talking, and we start talking about music, right? And she starts going in about how she is not a fan of Mary J. Blige and going in, right? And as soon as she did it, everybody that knew me looked and they were all like, fuck. Like, yeah. And I looked at them, I was like, well, grand opening, grand closing, because if you don't like Mary J. Blige, you don't fucking like me. Cause I literally listen to Mary every day like it just came out. Singing the shit out ignorant or whatever. So if Mary gets on your nerves, we ain't gonna work. And I don't take you too kindly to talking about Mary around me, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So my question
Yeah.
is, whoever your favorite artist, who's your favorite artist? And would you date somebody that could not stand their music?
My favorite artist of all time, of everybody, is Stevie Wonder. And no, I could not.
Yeah, because that's like straight up, like we definitely not compatible.
Right.
Because we if we don't like the same music, we ain't compatible at all.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Because it's got to be some sort of common ground. You know what I mean?
Right, right. I can deal with somebody who may not be as big of a fan as I am, but you can't flat out hate on Stevie. Like that's not gonna fly with me.
And who hates on Stevie though?
Right. There are people.
The only motherfucker that hate on Stevie is like MAGA.
No, there are some black people because I don't know a lot of MAGA people, I can say, but especially when you get out in these internet streets, you find people from all over the world, all walks of life, different tastes and stuff. I have seen people talk about Stevie, so yeah.
I've seen people not know his music. Um, and I can see not being a fan on the same level.
Yeah.
So like Prince. I like Prince. I like his music. But there are some people who are fanatical about Prince. They know every song. They could be like, oh, on the on his beat, the album, the trilogy, you know, he came out with that greatest hits or whatever. On this cut right here, they can name all the different album cuts and all this old shit. No. Like my Mary J. Blige playlist is literally like 3 hours long. And I'm sure
Hmm.
somebody would be like, oh, okay, I don't know about this song, right? But Mary got hits like that.
Yeah.
So I can see not liking to the same degree, but just not liking it all. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Like Stevie, I mean, this hard to deny, you know, Stevie's impact on music.
Hmm.
You think he can see?
I am not one of those people who think he can see. I think there may be like some people can see like a little bit, can see like it may be blurry. I don't
Yeah.
know because some of his lyrics, his imagery and his lyrics, it's like if you can't see, how are you able to write this? Like if you can't see anything, like how are you able to describe this in your music to where it's like it takes the person listening to another world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, but I'm not that. I'm a, I like Stevie's music, but I don't really get in depth into it. He didn't have co-writers.
I don't know. A lot of the stuff that I know, a lot of my favorites was things he actually wrote.
Okay. Yeah. There's one story where Shaq was talking about he lived in the same building as Stevie, and he said that the elevator opened up and he said he got on the elevator and Stevie was on the elevator. And he said Stevie was like, Shaq, what's up, big dog? But that to me made it seem like, you know, because like when you lose one sense, the other ones become more honed and heightened, right? So I,
Hmm.
I feel like Stevie's like probably on some daredevil shit to where like he knows how like people say we all got a scent or whatever. He probably can smell like, oh, that's such and such. Or he
Hmm.
probably, memorize like, okay, this is how they walk or whatever. So like those other senses are kind of like guiding him in a certain way to make people think that, hey, this motherfucker can really see. But I
Yeah.
think the stuff where they have like Stevie driving and all that, I think that's just like for TV and for fun and all.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because who would want to just be blind? I remember, and you know why I know he can't see? When you look back into like the early mid 80s and all that shit, you remember when Stevie had like them fucking pony bees in his hair and it was and them crazy ass hairdos. He
Yeah.
had to be blind because like I remember on the Tom Jordan show, they was talking about what if Stevie could see. They were like the first thing he would do would be like, who the fuck was styling me? Not
Exactly.
not let me see who my kid like let me see my kids' faces or anything like that. He'd be like, who the hell was styling me? Because this is crazy.
Especially when his hair started receding and he still had them. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But anyway, tell me where they can find us.
You can find us at Conversate After Dark everywhere. And if you would like to be a guest on the show or you have a topic you want us to cover, you can reach us at CVAD, the podcast at gmail.com. Make sure you like this video, share, subscribe, and leave us a comment.
That's right. Go to our website, www.conversateafterdark.com. Check out our past episodes, and we'll holler at you next time. Peace.
Bye.